Only Paolo can take this and give you a princess. Reno update. It is January 2nd. We are moving into the warehouse tomorrow and it looks so different and I love it, and it went really smoothly with all the renovations and the move has gone well so far. I need to knock on some wood. Yeah, I'm really excited and things are going well. So I'm going to show you around the warehouse and you'll see how much it has changed from our previous tour when it was all empty and we hadn't touched it really yet. Obviously, the first thing that you can see just behind me is that it's a different color in here. So it started out black and red because this was a baseball academy and they played baseball in here, and I'm assuming that it was all black because they wanted to be able to see the baseballs, and we don't need to do that. So I didn't really love that color scheme, and so I replaced it with white and black. The walls were all punctured insulation cover that was painted black, and it got hit with baseballs and left a bunch of holes in it. So we covered up the insulation cover either with wood paneling around the bottom or with steel wall panels up above. And so that looks really, really nice by comparison. And then we just painted, the stairs used to be red, we painted them black. Doors used to be red or gray or a variety of other random colors, and we painted all that. And then there was just a lot of like weird things around the warehouse, like just odd things attached to the walls and on the floor. So like we had to pull out chain link fencing, and that was a little bit before we got in here. And then there was like insulation hanging down that got fixed, and lots of wires, just wires everywhere. And that's gone now. So it looks like a different place entirely. It feels so much brighter in here and I'm really excited about the way it has turned out. It's also a lot warmer with the steel paneling on the shelves. It is so much better for insulation. So I'm really happy about that, because when we moved in here, we were told that it wouldn't really get above like 65 degrees in the winter in here, and it's definitely been a lot warmer than that. So that's a really nice functional upgrade. But let's actually start with a spot that's not completely done, but I'll take you to the back bathrooms in the warehouse that looked really nasty, and now they look a lot better, but they're still in the process of being renovated. So you can see back here, we already have one of the sinks that's gonna get installed. That's gonna happen tomorrow morning before we move in, but it is a big difference.
Oh my goodness.
And we're still gonna put quarter round around the baseboards, so that would be totally finished off. But it looks a lot better, and we're replacing the lights, all that. But the floor, if you'll notice, might look kind of familiar to those of you who have been subscribers, because it was the leftover flooring that we had from when we put laminate floor in Mill and Meadow. And so we saved it, and it's been sitting at the warehouse for 2 years. And then I thought, oh, I know we have extra floor, and I didn't have the flooring people that installed on the office side do anything over here because I wasn't sure yet how to handle it. And so we had the extra floor, and I thought, this will be perfect. We'll put it in the back here. So that was the first bathroom. We also had to take out this water fountain because the piping was a little bit weird. This is the second bathroom with the Mill and Meadow flooring in it as well. So this one is still really like dirty and dusty and needs to be finished, but we have cleaners coming tonight, and then the installation will be done tomorrow.
Are you going to get rid of the please put down toilet seat?
Oh my God, yeah, the toilet seat says like put me down or something, but some of the letters are missing. I'm guessing it's because there were just a lot of like little boys using this bathroom when it was baseball academy. So anyways, gross. But yeah, you can see the doors here and the stairs are painted, and that was like a huge transformation because they were bright red before. Not the best look in my opinion, but I'm really excited about that. And then just in general, like a huge upgrade for us is having our stuff on pallets, and that's going to be so nice. Like I'm really excited. We've already moved a ton of stuff, which is going to make tomorrow so much easier, and it's been a like huge relief to just unload stuff off of a U-Haul from our warehouse, put it right onto a pallet, and then move the pallet into the back here. So that's super exciting. These are our new shelves. We're keeping our old shelves and still using them, but just not as much for product. These are a little bit more well suited, hopefully, for what we're doing in here and how much product we have and all of that. So these shelves are made of cardboard, super easy to set up. They were like laser cut out and they fit together like in pieces. It was super, super easy. They all ship to us flat. They're also recycled and recyclable. So that's really exciting, very sustainable option versus plastic shelving or metal shelving. That's very difficult to recycle or dispose of. So hopefully we use these for a very long time, but if we have to get rid of them at any point, very sustainable option. They're also easy to move because you can put a pallet jack right under here and move it anywhere in the warehouse if we decide to like change the layout ever. So that's been really good. The thing I'm like most excited about, I would have to say, is the grid system. So these are our like twin bins, and then at the end of the aisle we have grid shelves.
Are any of these allocated to something new coming in 2025 yet?
Well, we have one new thing right here already.
Oh, can I show it? Y'all.
That's going to be really fun for gifting. Something that has been really nice about these is we got basically barcode labels and a thermal printer that we use for our shipping labels. And I printed out the name of the pattern and the SKU number for the product and put those on the shelves in these grids. And the patterns are going to be in the exact same spot for each grid, even though the grids will be holding different products. So that's going to make picking for orders really easy because you know if you have a pressed floral wine bag, you just go to the top left little grid here and you find the wine bag shelf and you just grab it. So it's going to be super easy to know like, okay, waterfall is here on every single one. And then if it's empty, we'll know that we're out. So efficiency is going to be maximized for sure. Very, very happy about that.
So it'll be like muscle memory, like
Muscle memory.
kind of like we do with stickers right now. It's like, oh, I know this one is generally top right.
Exactly. We've been getting a lot of people online who are like, well, aren't your shelves gonna melt if you have a leak in the ceiling? And I will say I'm not worried about that at all because first of all, this cardboard is thick and sturdy. And if it gets water on it, it's really not like a huge problem. Like I was setting like my Starbucks cup on it that had condensation on it and it didn't even leave a ring. It would need a lot of water to cause any problems. And also if we have a leak in the warehouse, we're gonna have a lot bigger issues. So I'm not worried about it. I think this is gonna be great. Most warehouses use like cardboard boxes for picking. These are just like super sturdy and really easy to move on a pallet jack and all of that. So good stuff. Speaking of which, we have a U-Haul delivery.
Third one of the day?
Third one of the day. If you like go under it and like push it up like that from the bottom, it's a lot easier. But you gotta figure out.
Very excited to watch Rachel and Faith do that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, look how high the desk mats are. I think I want to do like a second row down here so that there's like 2 layers of desk mats because it is going to be really hard to pick from up here. And this is only like 300 or 400 desk mats, this whole stack. And sometimes I order as much as like 500, 600, 700 for like waterfall, sunny poppies, the most popular ones. So TBD on that. So up here, we left the carpet on the floor. We just got it deep cleaned and it looks a lot better. And then painted the railing, huge difference because it was red before. And then we also got a lot of desks that were left here by the previous tenants. And they're not like super duper the vibe that we were going for on the office side. Plus we already had some of our own desks. So I thought it would be great to bring them up here since we didn't have any furniture planned for the loft. And now there's a lot of space if we hire new employees for them to have a desk, or for now, just to work up here if you want to change of pace. So there's like a bunch of different spaces for everyone to work, whether it's at your own desk, at the mega table, or up here. So I think this is going to be a really fun space. Maybe I'll like put a couch or something fun. And yeah, it's just, again, not really a priority, so I didn't do it already, but hopefully we'll make it super fun. So this is my office, and hopefully by the end of the day tomorrow, it'll look a lot better than this, but it already looks so different compared to when we started. The like middle school lunchroom flooring, the old like mismatched baseboards, like just the trim, the paint, everything was just no good. And now it looks a lot better. And I think it's gonna be really fun to get furniture in here. But this whole side with the office has just done a huge transformation. There was just, I don't even remember everything that was wrong with it at this point, because you just look and you'd be like, why is that the way it is? But now it's all fixed, so kind of let that leave my brain. It just looks a lot better. I'm so excited to get furniture in here and work in here. I'm really, really excited about it. So I wasn't sure when the renovation started, if it was even like humanly possible to get everything done that I wanted done in time, especially because we're also doing this over the holiday season. So I'm really, really excited with how this all worked out. I'm actually pretty proud of myself for making it happen. There was a lot of different like people who have touched this space at this point. We had to get like emergency lights replaced, insulation repaired, the walls put back together, ceiling tiles replaced, fire extinguishers had to come off the wall and go back on the wall according to fire codes and stuff. We had to replace all the door handles, paint all the doors, paint all the door trim. We replaced all the bathroom fixtures. Just a lot of stuff happened in here. We replaced the floors on that side, cleaned the floors on this side, because the floors were covered in like a centimeter layer of dust in here. There's just a lot of like little electrical work that happened here and there. Like I said, lots of cords coming out of lots of places. This place was clearly built before Wi-Fi was a thing. So yeah, it's like, had to really modernize this place a little bit. We moved in our shelves and started building that over the course of like 10-ish days, and I had to get a bunch of like new furniture delivered and just new stuff set up. So we've been handling that. And then in the meantime, there were just some small here and there things. So we uncovered a bunch of windows in the warehouse and on the office side. And then we needed to repaint around where those windows were uncovered because I didn't quite get that done in the right order. And then we painted doors. And then after that, we did the door handles. What else did we even get done? I ordered like most things like cabinets and our vanities and mirrors and everything for the bathroom and whatnot. And like the countertop for the cabinets, I ordered online from Lowe's and Home Depot, and I got it delivered here. So that made it really easy. And then we were able to DIY the countertop for the office side. So I ordered that, and then my husband Terrence stained it. And then there is, the TV is getting installed literally as I speak, right above the cabinet. So that's gonna be a perfect meeting space, which I'm really excited about since we all hang out around the mega table anyway, and that's where we do our normal team meetings. That's gonna be all set up and good to go. And I might do a mural in there. Now that like we're almost done with moving and the big move is tomorrow and Saturday, after that I'm gonna get to like decorating and like the actual fun part. Although seeing the renovations come together has been enormously satisfying, but I'm really excited to just like put my office together, do a mural, put some stuff on the walls. That's gonna be really cute, and just like truly EBDify the place as much as possible. Although I didn't get to EBDify the last office as much as I wanted to because I was just so busy like working and like just doing stuff to actually like keep the business going. So my goal this time is to not let that slip onto the back burner. Like I never did a mural at the last office, so I'm kind of bummed about that, and I'm hopefully not gonna let that happen this time. So stay tuned, because I'm really, really gonna try my hardest to make this place cute and have some character. So I just need to make sure I get to that step and don't just leave it completely blank. And hopefully the space is big enough that like the office isn't gonna have any product and isn't gonna have any like work happening in it that is like actually order packing or anything to do with products. That's all gonna be in the warehouse. And so the office will have like more space to actually decorate and make cute and fun. And then the warehouse obviously has a ton of space, and I think the loft has some potential for like fun decorating and all that. So I think a lot of people don't realize that commercial renting, leasing is like really different than residential. So I didn't know either until I went through this a few times now with, this is our fourth lease I've done for commercial property. And this one was so much bigger and so much more expensive. So I had more people involved. I had agents who helped me find the place. And then I hired a lawyer. I actually hired 2 lawyers, but I had one who helped me negotiate the lease to make sure that we had all of the terms just in like pristine condition. So thankfully I obviously went to law school, so I have a lot of background at this. So I was able to do a lot on the lease by myself, but I wanted to hire a lawyer who could like really tell me what is like industry standard, especially for this area. And that was really helpful. So we got some good terms in there. But when it comes to renovating a commercial space, it is extremely common for the tenant who moves in to renovate the space. How it's split up as far as cost between the landlord and the tenant varies, but most tenants move in and they do what's like referred to as upfitting the space. So it's pretty much assumed that every business has different needs as far as like physical fixtures in a space. The previous tenants in here was a solar panel company, so they had a forklift, they had chain link fencing in here, they had like huge solar panels sitting in this warehouse, they had like lots of wiring, blah blah blah. And then the baseball academy before that had a ton of like speakers, and they were public facing, so they had their bathroom set up differently, like they had a men's and a women's bathroom. Yeah, just like the needs, whether you're public facing, what kind of client you're serving, what kind of stuff is happening in here. Is it a warehouse? Is it like a place that you're playing baseball? Like different things are happening. It's just like very common to renovate your own space. There are warehouses that are built by big companies where their business is building, owning, and like leasing out big warehouses. And so they have a team that will upfit the warehouse for each tenant, but you pay a lot more in rent and like maintenance costs and things like that. There were a couple that were available in Durham, but they weren't available on the timeline I needed. So this was basically my only option for a warehouse to rent that was remotely the right size. We had to renovate this space because it wasn't in good condition. The landlord knew that, we knew that. He wanted it to get renovated, and so did I. So it was really good that our interests aligned in that way. So he was willing to negotiate if I was willing to pay the renovation costs. So I did work out a deal that was really, really good for us. I got some free rent and other benefits, and then he paid for a couple of the renovations. So for example, I mean, it wasn't really a renovation, but just like removing the chain link fence and getting rid of the propane tanks from the previous tenant that were on the loading dock, and then replacing the ceiling tiles, replacing the emergency lights, stuff like that, kind of basic baseline maintenance. And then he also contributed to the metal walls that we put up, because that's just going to make the warehouse like so much better for the long term. I also just wanted it to be a different color in here, and I wanted different floor that didn't look like a middle school lunchroom. So that came out of my pocket, and now the landlord has much better property going forward, but I also have much better property for the 4 years that I'm paying to be here. So I think that's a win-win. And like I said, got some other terms within the lease that really worked well for the business. So it was a big chunk of money that I spent on this renovation, and I'll have a whole separate video explaining all of that, but that is like pretty standard. And also because I paid that, I got some other things in return. So it worked out. Thanks so much for watching to the end. Don't forget to like, comment if you have any questions, subscribe, and stay tuned because tomorrow's our big move and we're gonna have a whole nother video with that adventure. Hopefully it goes well.